Well, you're here because you filled out a survey about a guy, and there's sobering news. His grade is D. With this guy, it's best to stay away. Welcome to the Strong Brew, where you get answers to questions you're not supposed to ask. These are some things you may want to know about the man in your life. If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure? Will he try and use money to control you? Will he share housework or just make you do it all? In fights, when he gets angry, does he get aggressive? During intimacy, does he understand that no means no? Is he jealous, suspicious, or possessive? Will his attitude towards you change after having kids? Will he treat your parents with respect? What if you have conflicts with his parents? We tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. These are things nobody else will tell you. Things that are important for your future. This is a safe space for truth. No judgment, no platitudes, no login, no payment either. Our questions are from real life, but our answers come from science. Now, I built this thing, me and my husband, and honestly, we built it and we live it. We are both Stanford grads, we both have worked at Google, and we've been happily together since 1998. Along the way, we've added a son, now 13, and 4 dogs. We are genuine folks. If you're a woman trying to understand any man in your life, here is how it works. Go to www.thestrongbrew.life. Click on the Understand a Guy button there. Answer 10 questions about him. Watch a video tailored to your guy. That's all there is to it. It is completely anonymous, no login, no payment, no games, no manipulation. This analysis is obtained by combining solid trait psychology with cutting edge AI ML. We represent each person's personality with what is known as a feature vector. This has 10 elements, so our data is effectively 10-dimensional data. In case you're wondering how we can infer so much from just 10 questions, well, 10-dimensional data is very complex. There is a lot you can learn from that level of detail.
Okay, I think that does it for the preamble. Now let's plunge in. Let's start with this guy in his career. Will he go far or just talk big?
He's mostly just talking big. You might hear him brag about what he's going to accomplish, but he rarely puts in the steady work needed to succeed. If you're hoping for someone who will steadily move up and create a strong future, you'll likely be disappointed.
Can he bounce back from failure?
When things go wrong at work, he's much more likely to break down than bounce back. He gets angry quickly and may lash out or blame others rather than calmly solving the problem. This makes it hard for him to handle tough situations or take setbacks in stride.
What do people at work think of him? Do they like him?
He usually has trouble getting along with people at work. Because he's often rude, harsh, and quick to anger, he ends up arguing or clashing with others. Instead of working as a team, he pushes people away and makes enemies easily.
If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure?
If you do really well in your career, he will likely feel insecure and even angry rather than proud. He struggles with his own confidence and is quick to jealousy or frustration. So, your achievements might make him feel small or threatened. Be prepared for emotional ups and downs, not support.
What if you start earning more than him?
Yes, if you earn more than him, he is very likely to resent you and feel insecure. He may not say it directly, but small digs, cold behavior, or sudden anger can show up when money comes up. Instead of growing together, this kind of man lets his jealousy spoil the relationship.
Next, let's talk about how he is with money. Does he overspend? Is he reckless with money?
He doesn't handle money carefully, he tends to be careless and may spend without thinking, often acting on impulse rather than planning ahead. If he's upset or trying to impress someone, he could make sudden purchases or risky choices with money.
Does he show off and pretend to be richer than he is?
He is more likely to pretend to be richer than he actually is. He may try to show off with flashy purchases or big promises, even if he cannot really afford them. Instead of accepting his real situation, he would rather create an image to impress others.
Is he too generous, too stingy, or just right?
He is not open handed or kind, in fact. He is more likely to be harsh, selfish, and only do things if there's something in it for him. He may even act annoyed or say sharp things if anyone asks for help.
Will he use money to try and control you?
He is more likely to be secretive and controlling about money. He may hide what he spends, make financial decisions without telling you, or get angry if you ask questions about money. This makes it hard to trust him or feel like you're working as a team.
Let's see how this guy is with sharing housework. Will he share housework or just make you do it?
He is likely to see housework as only your job, not something to share. He may expect you to handle all the chores without any help, and if you ask for support, he could get annoyed or even angry. This can leave you feeling exhausted and unappreciated.
Will he help you or just boss you around and tell you what to do?
He's the type who will likely just supervise you instead of actually helping with chores or taking care of things like diapers. He may give orders, point out what needs to be done, or criticize your work rather than rolling up his sleeves. If you want a true teammate at home, he's not likely to be that person.
Now let's see about how this guy is during fights. In fights, does he try to understand your views or just win the fight?
He almost always argues just to prove he's right, rather than trying to understand your side. If there's a disagreement, he will push hard for his own view and rarely listen patiently to yours. He might interrupt, talk over you, or insist he knows best, making you feel ignored or small.
Does he become aggressive when angry?
When he's angry, he is much more likely to say hurtful things or act aggressive rather than staying respectful. He may yell, use harsh words, or even threaten to break things or walk out. Instead of calming down or talking kindly, his temper can make the home feel tense and unsafe.
Does he have a bad temper?
Yes, this is definitely the kind of man who gets angry very quickly. His temper is sharp, so even small things can set him off. He might shout, say nasty things, or act harsh without much warning.
Will he say sorry and accept his mistakes?
He usually finds it very hard to say sorry or take responsibility for his actions. When something goes wrong, he is much more likely to blame you or someone else than admit his own mistakes. Instead of a gentle apology, you might hear excuses, anger, or even hurtful words.
Next, let's talk about intimacy and physical chemistry. During intimacy, does he respect your boundaries? Does he get that no means no?
He is not the kind of man who easily respects boundaries, and he may struggle to accept that no means no. If you say no or set a limit, he might push back, argue, or try to make you feel guilty instead of understanding and stopping right away. Sometimes he can even become angry or demanding when things don't go his way.
If you are not in the mood for intimacy, will he react badly?
Yes, he is likely to take it personally if you're not in the mood for intimacy. Instead of understanding or being gentle, he may get upset, sulk, or even get angry, making you feel guilty or pressured. He sees your feelings as a rejection of him rather than just a normal part of any relationship.
Can you trust him not to shame you or share your private moments, maybe love letters, photos, or videos, even after a breakup or a bad fight?
Sadly, you cannot trust him to handle private moments with care. If things go wrong or if he's upset, he may use what happened between you to hurt or embarrass you later, either with mean remarks or by bringing up personal things during arguments. This can make you feel insecure and worried about sharing your true self.
Is he loyal or is he likely to want to have affairs?
He's more likely to get distracted by other women and may not be faithful in a relationship. His attention can wander and he does not always value loyalty or emotional bonds as much as he should. Trust could be a big problem, and you may find yourself feeling insecure or always second guessing his actions.
Will he be jealous, suspicious, and try to control you?
Yes, he is very likely to be over possessive. He may act jealous if you talk to other people, question where you go, or try to control your choices, like what you wear or who you meet. Instead of trust and freedom, you get rules and blame.
This guy says he is protective in a good way. Is he actually just being possessive?
Yes, with him, what looks like protective behavior is really just a sign of a controlling personality. He may say he's concerned for your safety or well being, but in truth, he uses this as an excuse to tell you what to do, where to go, and who to spend time with. This kind of control can take away your freedom and confidence.
Now, onto the topic of kids and how this guy will be as a father. If you guys have kids, will he make you do most of the work?
He will expect you to do most of the work when it comes to parenting. He's unlikely to step in for bedtime stories, help with homework, or take on the daily jobs that keep a family running. If you ask for help, he may complain, get annoyed, or find reasons to avoid it.
Kids are very messy. Will he lose his temper with them?
When the kids mess up or get upset, he's more likely to lose his temper than stay calm. He might shout, scold harshly, or say things that can hurt their feelings rather than offering comfort or understanding. If you want a peaceful, encouraging space for your children, his quick temper will be a big problem.
If you guys have kids, will he still support your career?
He is not likely to support your role as both a mother and your own person. He may expect you to focus only on family and home, without much space for your own dreams or needs. You deserve a partner who lifts you up in every part of your life. Unfortunately, he will not offer that support.
Will this man say one thing early on, maybe while dating, and then later after kids and marriage change his tune and try to make you give up your career?
Yes, he is exactly the kind of man who may act supportive about your career now, but later pressure you to quit after you have a child. At first, he might say he's proud or happy for you, but his true expectations often come out once family life becomes demanding. His support is not steady or genuine, it depends on his own comfort, not your happiness.
Next, let's see how this guy treats your parents. Will he be respectful with your parents?
He is more likely to just act polite on the surface rather than show real warmth to your parents. While he may manage a few basic courtesies in front of others, don't expect him to go out of his way to build a genuine connection or treat your family as his own. If family bonds and heartfelt relationships matter to you, his attitude will leave both you and your parents feeling left out and unappreciated. He is more likely to expect your family to change for him rather than trying to adjust himself.
What if your family creates stress or interferes a bit in your lives?
He is more likely to make things worse if your family creates stress or interferes. Instead of staying calm or trying to understand, he can react with anger, harsh comments, or by blaming you for the problems. This can add to your stress rather than helping you find peace.
Then let's analyze the role this guy's family will play in your life. Is this man modern with you, but a completely different person when other people, say his parents or bosses, are around?
Yes, he is the kind of man who may act modern with you when you're alone, but expect you to become a traditional, supportive wife in front of his relatives. He might say he is open minded or relaxed, but when family is watching, he'll want you to dress, act, and speak in a way that fits old expectations. It's important to see this clearly before making bigger commitments.
If there is tension between you and his parents, will he support you?
If there's tension, he is more likely to stay out of it or even side with his relatives rather than support you. He doesn't want to confront his family or disturb his own comfort, so he may let you face tough moments alone. Sometimes, just to avoid problems, he might agree with them and leave you feeling hurt or blamed.
Say you have a conflict with his mother. What will this guy do?
He is very likely to be a mummy's boy. In conflicts with his mother, he will almost always choose her side over yours or avoid taking any side at all. Even if you're right or your feelings are hurt, he won't stand up for you or set clear boundaries with his family. This pattern will only grow more painful over time.
Will he share all the private details of your relationship with his mother or sister?
Yes, he is very likely to share the details of your fights and private life with his mother or sister. Instead of keeping your personal matters just between the two of you, he may run to them for advice or comfort, telling them things that should remain private. It's hard to build deep trust or solve problems when he pulls others into your private space.
Now let's zoom out and put it all together.
Overall, based on all we know, this guy scores a D. I think it's just best to stay away. Being in a relationship with this man, day in and day out, is tiring and often lonely. You'll find yourself walking on eggshells trying to avoid his sudden anger or harsh words.